Hello again and welcome to my channel. I'm Tashane and this is Tea Time with Tash. Now, today we are talking about interview tips. One of the things that I get asked often is how to do a great interview. Now, having spent almost a decade managing persons and having to do interviews, there are some tips and tricks I would have learned along the way, and I am going to share some with you. How to ace your interview and potentially land that dream job. So let's get into it. The first one I would say is planning and preparation. Planning is so important. So usually you're advised of the interview before, so that gives you some time to do some prep. And prepping does not just mean, okay, going to the company's website and reading up on the company or asking questions on the company or checking out the role profile again and understanding or learning more about that. Planning also includes your head space and getting ready for that interview and to represent yourself in your best possible way on that day. Now, number one, again, planning. So one of the first things that I would say in planning is your dress. Dress for the role it is that you are interviewing for, or dress to show that, okay, guess what, I take this thing seriously and I respect the fact that the company has taken the time out to do an interview with me. And I always say this, whether it is that you're a brand new candidate trying to get into an organization, or if even you already work in the organization and are interviewing internally for either another role or perhaps a potential promotion or potential management role. Dress the part. Have to show the company or show the interviewer that you mean business, right? And dressing the part doesn't mean that you have to get into anything fancy or spend a whole lot of money on a suit or that kind of thing. No, it simply means you're neat, you're tidy, you're well groomed, well put together, and you are ready. Plus, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, when I feel I look good, I tend to feel good. And usually when you feel good, that also helps your confidence level. So it also helps to make your interview a bit better, at least, bring your best self to your interview. So a part of the preparation process as well is doing your reading or your research on the company. So you will do that so that you're able to have proper conversations or solid conversations around that. However, be careful not to end up sounding scripted. No one wants you to go to an interview reading off their website, right? Ensuring that you know about the company enough to inform your answers, but not to be so scripted that you sound like a robot. The next one is, so we talk about planning in terms of your grooming, how you look, and also in terms of how you dress. And also remember body language. Body language is also very, very important. The interviewer sees you, they see your face. Even if you're doing a virtual interview, once your camera is on, your face is shown, please ensure that your face tells the story as well. There's a smile is so important. Get a smile in there, even if it means practicing, thinking about things that make you happy, so that yes, there may be nerves, but at least you can come off you come off personable, right? Because remember, you're being interviewed to join a team. A part of the interviewer's job is also to find out whether or not you will be a good fit. Will you fit into this team that already exists, and will you be a good addition to that team? So that's number one. Number two, those questions. Preparing for the key interview questions. Now, no matter what level you are interviewing at, there are some questions that they will come up. They may sound a little different or different words, but the questions such as, tell me about yourself, that is one of those questions that always come up in some way, shape, or form. Yet so many candidates struggle with answering this question. My suggestion, prepare for it as well. though you do not want to be scripted and monotonous, please prepare, I would say, at least 3 things that connects you to the job or to the opening that you are trying to fill. Because yes, the interviewer will say, tell me about yourself. It's very, very important for you to focus on connecting who you are to the role and how the things that you are, or those things that make you special or make you who you are, how they connect to the job. So for example, it could be that you saw somewhere on the role profile that they said it's important for you to be time management is important, right? You could say something in the tell me about yourself, like, well, you know, I'm a mom of 3 and I also work full-time. So as a result of that, time management is extremely key, and I find that I'm very, very good at it, because this is what I do. I'm able to schedule to ensure that I pick up the kids on time and leave out early, you know, that kind of thing. So you connect the personnel to show that yes, I'm a person too, and this is genuine, but you also connect that to the needs of the role, or to show where that connection lies. Also very, very important, keep your answers succinct. I would say stick to the 30-second to 45-second rule, which is ensure that whatever you're answering, your answers are through within 30 seconds, 45 seconds max, right? So that would be number 2. Also, one of the questions that tend to pop up often in an interview is something like, tell me about what your favorite failure is, or tell me about a time you fail and what you learned from it. Understand that when an interviewer is asking you about failure, it is more to see if you're self-aware, or if you understand that, guess what, yes, you may take losses, but in everything there's also a positive side. And if you're able to see that, it's very, very important for you to be able to answer questions like that. So a favorite failure, for example, it could be that, say you're in sales, you had a client and you ended up losing. They were supposed to buy X amount of stock, and that never happened because of some other challenge. However, what you would have learned from it is maybe planning on prioritizing, or, you know, being proactive and that kind of thing. So you should understand or be able to answer that question, and again connect the dots to why it is a favorite failure, or what it is that you would have learned from it. Next thing, remember to ask questions, right? It's very, very important for you when you are going through your interview to also ask questions. To that point now, for you to be the one to get that opening, when you're asked, do you have any questions for us? Please ensure that you prepare even 1 or 2 questions for the interviewer. It can be something as simple as, what do you think is the quality necessary to win in this role? Or you could say, what is the culture like here? But at least show some sort of interest in it. The worst thing you can do is say, no, you don't have any questions, and you had not asked any questions throughout the interview. You can say, okay, these are my 2 questions and I would like to ask of you. Now, I hope these tips were able to help you today. Good luck on your interview, and drop me a comment if you think this was helpful, and see you again soon. Until next time, do not punch your coworkers. Have a good one.